What's up, Legends? Welcome back to the Nexus, where we break down the biggest stories shaping our world. We're kicking things off with a powerful call from Iran and Oman's foreign ministers, Abbas Araghchi and Badr bin Hamad al-Busedi, who are urging drastic international action to stop the ongoing Israeli genocide in Gaza. This is a critical moment demanding global attention. Next, we shift gears to the world of sports, but with a serious geopolitical twist. The highly anticipated international series golf tournament, set to be held in Cambodia, has been abruptly scrapped. We'll dive into the reasons behind this shocking cancellation, which are tied to recent developments and tensions along the Thai border. Then, we're heading to the International Criminal Court, where a significant development has occurred in the drug war trial of former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte. Judges have granted an indefinite postponement of the confirmation of charges hearings due to concerns over Duterte's health. We'll explore what this means for the case and for international justice. And finally, we have a strong statement from Syria, condemning a series of Israeli airstrikes on its territory as a blatant violation of international law and the UN Charter. Syria is calling on the international community to step in and ensure respect for its sovereignty. Stay locked in for all the details on these massive stories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Global leaders demand action on Gaza genocide. Iran and Oman's top diplomats are making a powerful plea for the international community to intervene decisively to halt what they describe as the Israeli genocide in Gaza. Foreign ministers Abbas Araghchi of Iran and Badr bin Hamad al-Busedi of Oman emphasized the urgent need for drastic international action during a recent phone call, highlighting the dire humanitarian crisis. Their joint appeal comes amid an escalating offensive by Israel in Gaza, which has resulted in a devastating loss of life, with over 64,500 Palestinians reportedly killed, predominantly women and children. The ministers stressed the critical necessity of delivering essential humanitarian supplies to Gaza's over 2 million inhabitants, who are facing dire conditions, including weaponized starvation due to a near-total siege. The conversation also touched upon the imperative of prosecuting Israeli officials for their alleged crimes. Public reaction has been intense, with human rights organizations and international bodies amplifying calls for accountability and an immediate ceasefire. Analysts suggest this unified stance from Iran and Oman could pressure international bodies to take more concrete steps against Israel's military campaign. But can these diplomatic efforts truly shift the tide? And what happens when a major sporting event is caught in the crossfire of geopolitical conflict? We're about to find out. Golf tournament collides with border tensions. The International Series Golf Tournament, a major event on the Asian Tour, has been unexpectedly cancelled in Cambodia. The decision cites recent developments in the region as the primary reason, pointing to ongoing tensions along the shared border with Thailand. This $1 million tournament, scheduled to be the 6th of 10 elevated events on the series, was set to take place at the C.H. Hun Golf Club from October 9 to 12. The Asian Tour acknowledged the difficult circumstances, with significant numbers of Thai golfers competing in the series, and reports indicating that visa issues for these players played a role in the cancellation. Rahul Singh, head of the international series, expressed gratitude to the Cambodian hosts and conveyed hopes of returning in the future when conditions allow. Golf fans and players alike have expressed disappointment, with many seeing this as a stark reminder of how geopolitical instability can disrupt even the most globalized sporting events. The cancellation raises questions about the future viability of international sporting events in regions experiencing border disputes. While golf courses go quiet, the courtroom drama intensifies. We're turning our attention to a high-profile postponement at the International Criminal Court that could have major implications. Duterte's ICC trial postponed amid health fears. The International Criminal Court has indefinitely postponed the confirmation of charges hearings for former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte, who faces trial for crimes against humanity linked to his notorious war on drugs. The decision comes amid serious concerns about the 80-year-old former leader's health and his fitness to stand trial. Judges at the ICC in The Hague allowed for the adjournment, stating it will last to the time strictly necessary to determine whether Mr. Duterte is fit to follow and participate in the pretrial proceedings. Duterte's defense team had requested the delay, arguing that the former president is not fit to face trial, a claim he maintains is linked to his assertion that his arrest is unlawful. The details of his alleged health conditions remain redacted in the public version of the court's decision, and the ruling was not unanimous, with one judge dissenting. This postponement has sparked widespread discussion online, with legal experts and human rights advocates debating the implications for international justice and the potential for accountability. Many are watching closely to see if Duterte will become the first former Asian leader convicted by the ICC. As legal battles unfold, another nation speaks out against aggression. Syria is now condemning recent Israeli airstrikes, labeling them a clear violation of international law. Syria denounces Israeli airstrikes as blatant violation. Syria has issued a strong condemnation of recent Israeli airstrikes targeting multiple locations across its territory, labeling the attacks a blatant violation of international law and the principles of the UN Charter. The Syrian Foreign Ministry declared the strikes a flagrant breach of Syria's sovereignty and a direct threat to its security and regional stability. Israeli warplanes reportedly conducted strikes on the outskirts of Homs, Latakia, and Palmyra, according to Syrian state media. The ministry urged the international community, particularly the UN Security Council, to uphold its responsibilities, take a firm stance to end these repeated attacks, and ensure respect for Syria's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Despite assurances that the new Syrian administration poses no direct threat to Israel, the Israeli military has conducted numerous airstrikes within Syrian territory, allegedly targeting military sites and causing civilian casualties. Israel's military presence extends to the occupation of Syria's Mount Hermon and a buffer zone in southern areas. The Syrian government's strong denunciation has drawn attention from international observers, with many reiterating calls for adherence to international law and the UN Charter. Human rights groups are calling for thorough investigations into the alleged violations and for greater accountability for actions that destabilize the region. That's a wrap on today's top headlines, but we're not done yet. Stick around for a lightning-fast recap of all these major stories, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss our next deep dive. And that's a wrap on today's critical updates. We heard Iran and Oman demanding international action on Gaza, the International Series Golf Tour canceled in Cambodia due to border disputes, Rodrigo Duterte's ICC trial postponed over health concerns, and Syria condemning Israeli airstrikes as a violation of international law. Don't miss out on the next breaking news. Smash that like button, subscribe to Legends Nexus for more, ring that notification bell, leave a comment below with your thoughts, and follow us on all social media platforms.